And we are going to take a look at this idea of the balloon animals and see what a finished one looks like. Oh, holy moly, doesn't this file look kind of silly? Because you can see I've already got one I kind of started here. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to select all these things and hit delete. Okay, so, oh my gosh, look at my balloon dog, it's so cute. So if you were looking at this here, it's kind of one shape that I just keep repeating. Now you're probably going to notice that I am playing with this little box in the left-hand corner. And that's how I'm able to move the plane around, okay? So as I'm doing that, and I can see from all these different angles that I'm just, I got one shape. I just keep repeating it. So I actually just took a sphere, okay? And I clicked on it, because over here on the side you can click, and then you can actually just drag it on over here. And now that I've got this shape, there's a few things that we're going to want to pay attention to. I'm also going to use my little zoom tools over here. So that's zoom in where the plus button is. Zoom out is where I have the minus button. And I want you guys to notice that, again, looking at this from all the way around, I have the ability to change the shape of this. I always like to do this when I'm like first building out whatever I choose to be my balloon animal, because this is really important for actually like then setting what the shape is, copying it a bunch of times, moving it around. So I just start with one. So I'm gonna first take this, and I know that I want it to be a little bit taller. So let's first take a look at that. Nice, looking pretty good. Now I also want to take this and I want to move it on my plane. I don't want it, normally when you guys are looking at this, you would not be seeing another example on yours. You would be seeing that you just have a clear thing here, but I just want you to get a little look at how I'm going to build this one out again, and I have the shape already starting here. Now I don't, because I know I need 4 legs for this, but I don't really want to have to keep dragging out a sphere, hoping that I'm dragging it up to be about the same height. So that's why I'm going to use the toolbar that I have up here at the top. Now you're going to see that up here, there's a few different options. This first one here is our copy. Okay, you can use your keyboard as well, or you can just hit these buttons. So I've got my copy, I've got my paste. So that means that after I've copied the shape and I want to put it onto my artboard, I hit that paste button, there it goes. You'll also see here, there's a duplicate and repeat. Good option as well. Here's your trash can if you decide that, you know what, I actually don't like that thing. You could either hit delete on your keyboard, or you can hit the trash button here. And there's also our undo buttons and our redo buttons too. Okay, so I've selected, I want you to pay attention to, I've selected the shape here, okay? If I am just holding this down and nothing is selected, look how I can't use the copy button. I have to make sure I hold it down, I hit copy, and then I'm gonna hit paste. Oh my gosh, would you look at that? Now, here's the only thing. I actually don't want this to be where it is right now. I need to move it. So I can adjust it either by using my fingers on my trackpad, or I can use the arrows that are on my actual keyboard. So you have a couple different options there. Now, we are definitely going to need to kind of keep rotating and playing around and making sure that things are lining up in specific ways. Sometimes what tends to happen is you'll be like, that looks like that's on the same plane, and then you move it around, you go, whoa, they're not even touching. Like you could have a situation that kind of looks like this, where it's like, oh no, they're nowhere near each other. So just something to keep in mind. Okay, now, I have to make 2 more of these. Man, I guess I should just select one and copy it again, or I could select both of them. Look how I now have both of these selected. I know I need 2 back legs if I have the 2 front ones, so guess what? Same deal. I'm gonna hit copy, I'm gonna hit paste. And I'm using currently my arrows on my keyboard. Amazing. Okay, so I've got that part there. Again, looking at these from these different views. Now, I'm going to take just one of these. I'm going to do the same thing, copy, paste, but now I've had these vertical and I actually need for this to now go a different way. So I want you to notice here how you do have these little arrows. So you're going to have an arrow that's going to help you depending on if you're needing to shift, vertical to horizontal, or if you're needing to actually just shift maybe a different perspective. So you do have the ability to, when you're on these, you can type in the specific range you want it to go. So for instance, if I just need for this to go 90 degrees, right? Ooh, I did it. But, oh man, that's not so good. I need for that thing to be higher up. That's why we have this button right here. So this is actually going to help adjust your height. So I'm going to need to hold that down and I'm going to drag it on up. Okay. Now, again, you're going to need to keep kind of shifting around because, oh, that looks real funky. So I can use my arrow keys on my keyboard to fix that a bit. But also, doesn't that look kind of funky? But what if, I mean, I could always take these and move them back, but what if I actually just want to extend this, or I want to make a longer body? So notice here that when I have these little dots on my specific shape, I can take those to make something taller, to make something longer, to make it shorter, what have ya, okay? So, ooh la la, looking pretty good. Okay, so I'm still using the same shape, right? And I only needed to take that sphere, and these ones, you know, I made them a certain height. With the body, I had to take it, I had to extend it out a little bit, but it's all still the same sphere, right? It's all just one shape that I've used so far to make this body. Okay, so now I'm going to come here, and again, I'm going to hit that copy, I'm going to hit that paste, because right now I need to work on making these two areas here. I know that I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to lift this up, I'm going to bring this over. It might be, you know what, I think it's just a little too big for me, so I might want to come here, right, and bring it down. Maybe I actually want to make it a little bit thinner. Shift it around. And you know what? I think it could use a little bit of a rotate. Nice. Okay, but, oh no, I'm not really attached, and that might be a problem for later when I do go to put this into the 3D printing software. So again, I might just want to bring that puppy down, haha, since we're working on a dog. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take this same shape, I'm going to hit copy, I'm going to hit paste, and I'm going to use my keyboard over here to bring this guy to the front because I know this is going to be part of the front of the face. And so notice before, like how I did enter in numbers when I was doing this body here, but I don't have to enter in a number. I can totally just look rotated, and it kind of shows you like how much you're rotating to, which is pretty helpful. Okay, so I think I'll do something like that. Bring that over. Let's check it. We don't want any funky looking things here. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I think that looks pretty good. I can maybe bring it down a little bit if I wanted. All right, now let's go ahead, work on the head. Let's go ahead and work on the head. Are you guys tired of my jokes yet? Ooh, so this is a good thing to show you. Do you notice how I just kind of picked this up and I started to move this around? And I might, like, you know, when it was over here, I might pick it up and go, okay, that looks like that's good. But this is what I was talking about. I was like, whoa, that's not even connected. So that's why, like, after every step you do, you really do need to make sure that you are going through and you're actually, like, rotating this around to determine if you're actually even touching. All right, so I'm going to bring that up. It's the front of my little face. And again, looking at the side, it's a little bit funky. I might want to bring it up a little bit more. That looks much better. I'm going to show you something fun. You see those ears? Guess what? I'm just going to take my feet. And again, so look how I didn't just copy one. I selected both. Okay. Hit the copy, hit the paste. And now I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to bring them up. Bring them over. These are definitely way too big, right? So I can just make them a little bit smaller. I can first maybe go in a little bit. Can also maybe make them a little taller. I think I might still bring them in. Let's look. Oh, those look funky. They're not even connected. Aw, cute.